Noah's Ark discovered and the return of the Nephilim. The search for Noah's Ark, the vessel from the story of Noah's flood, has been a topic of interest and speculation for centuries. In recent years, numerous claimed discoveries have reignited debates and excitement among enthusiasts, archaeologists, and theologians alike. Despite the lack of conclusive scientific evidence, some fervently believe that the Ark has indeed been found, hidden away in a remote and desolate location, waiting to reveal its ancient secrets. Several prominent claims and expeditions have made headlines over the years, such as Mount Ararat, the legendary resting place. One of the most popular and enduring theories is that Noah's Ark came to rest on the slopes of Mount Ararat in Turkey. This belief is largely based on a passage from the Bible, Genesis chapter 8, verse 4, which states that the Ark rested upon the mountains of Ararat. Over the years, several expeditions have ventured into the treacherous terrain of this dormant volcanic peak, driven by the hope of finding remnants of the ancient vessel. Proponents of the Mount Ararat theory point to various pieces of evidence, including wooden structures and artifacts resembling parts of a large boat, found at high altitudes. These discoveries have sparked considerable interest and controversy. However, rigorous scientific validation has been elusive. Many of these claims have been met with skepticism from the academic community, which often attributes the findings to natural geological formations or modern forgeries. Durupunar site, a natural phenomenon or ancient artifact. Another intriguing location is the Durupunar site, discovered by Ilhan Durupunar in 1959. Located near Mount Ararat, this site features a large boat-shaped formation that has captivated the imagination of many. Enthusiasts and researchers have flocked to this area, convinced that it could be the remains of Noah's Ark. Geological studies, however, have suggested that the formation is a natural phenomenon, not the remnants of an ancient vessel. Despite these findings, the Durupunar site continues to draw attention and debate, highlighting the enduring allure of the Ark's legend. Beyond Mount Ararat and the Durupunar site, other theories propose alternative locations for Noah's Ark. Some suggest the Alborz Mountains in Iran as a potential resting place, while others speculate about various regions across the Middle East. These theories, though imaginative and compelling, remain speculative and lack substantial evidence to support their claims. The enduring fascination with Noah's Ark underscores its deep impact on human curiosity and faith. Many Christians remain captivated by the story of Noah, possibly because Jesus himself drew a parallel between the days of Noah and his anticipated second coming. Matthew chapter 24, verse 37 to 39. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So, what was the world of Noah like? Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 to 8. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. To understand why the discovery of Noah's Ark is so significant, one must delve into the reasons why such a catastrophic event as the flood was deemed necessary by God. The biblical account suggests that the world was in a state of unparalleled moral and spiritual decay, prompting divine intervention. According to Genesis chapter 6, verse 5, every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. This powerful indictment of humanity's moral state paints a picture of a world consumed by wickedness and corruption. In Noah's day, the evil had reached unimaginable levels, creating a society rife with violence, depravity, and lawlessness. The presence of the Nephilim, a race of giants born from the union of the sons of God and human women, is often cited as a contributing factor to this widespread corruption. These hybrid beings, described as mighty men and heroes of old, are believed to have exacerbated the violence and chaos that plagued the earth. The Nephilim were the hybrid offspring of divine beings and mortal women. Their presence on earth introduced unprecedented levels of sin and disorder. These giants, often depicted as powerful and fearsome, may have been the source of many ancient myths and legends, including the Greek gods and demigods like Hercules or the Mesopotamian hero Gilgamesh. The actions of the Nephilim and their influence on humanity were so significant that they prompted a dramatic response from God. These hybrids, a product of angels and humans, represented a profound violation of the natural order established by God. It's essential to recognize that the creation of these beings was against divine intent. Humans and angelic beings were never meant to interbreed and produce the Nephilim. When these angels descended to earth and mingled with humans, they committed a grievous sin. This transgression was so severe that, as both Jude and Peter note, these angels are now bound in chains of darkness, awaiting judgment. The actions of the Nephilim and their influence on humanity were so profound that they necessitated a drastic response from God. Genesis chapter 6 verse 3 states, "Man's days will be 120 years, effectively beginning the countdown to the flood." This divine proclamation suggests that the flood was a direct response to the actions of the Nephilim and the resulting moral decay of humanity. The violence that characterized the pre-flood world was unlike anything seen before or since. The Nephilim, with their immense strength and influence, likely played a significant role in the chaos. Their existence contributed to a culture of brutality and bloodshed, where might made right and the strong preyed upon the weak. The decision to flood the world was not made lightly. It was a measure of last resort, a divine act of judgment and mercy. By wiping out the corrupted world, God aimed to cleanse the earth and give humanity a fresh start through Noah and his family. Some scholars argue that Noah was chosen for this task specifically because his bloodline remained uncorrupted by the intermingling of angels and humans. This perspective suggests that while the earth was overwhelmed with the offspring of these unnatural unions, Noah and his family maintained a lineage that was purely human, free from angelic tampering. Although this theory is compelling, it's important to note that the Bible does not explicitly state that Noah's selection was due to an uncontaminated ancestry. Instead, the scripture highlights Noah's spiritual standing, noting, "Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord." This declaration underscores the remarkable nature of God's favor, illustrating what a wonderful thing it is to find grace, reflecting his righteousness and blamelessness among the people of his time, as pivotal in his selection by God. Jesus states in Matthew chapter 24, verse 37, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." The majority of scholars interpret this reference as an indication that, much like in Noah's time, people will be engaged in the ordinary activities of life, eating, drinking, marrying, without awareness of the impending judgment when Jesus returns. This interpretation underscores the normalcy of life up until the moment of divine intervention. However, I would like to take this analysis a step further and explore the similarities between the days of Noah and our current times. This comparison not only includes the routine behaviors of daily life, but also extends to broader moral and spiritual parallels, inviting us to consider how these might inform our understanding of future events. The days of Noah were characterized by an unprecedented surge in supernatural activity, moral decay, and divine judgment. As we examine the world today, it becomes increasingly clear that we are witnessing phenomena eerily reminiscent of those ancient times. Despite the thin veneer of normalcy, people living their lives eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage, there is an undercurrent of extraordinary events that echo the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, the world was not just a place of rampant immorality and violence, it was also a time of great supernatural activity. The Bible describes how the sons of God took human wives, resulting in the birth of the NEPHILIM, a race of giants whose presence exacerbated the world's wickedness. Today, we are witnessing a similar surge in supernatural occurrences, suggesting a parallel to those ancient times. One of the most intriguing modern developments is the research being conducted at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. With its Large Hadron Collider, LHC, CERN is delving into the fundamental nature of the universe, searching for the elusive God particle and attempting to unlock the secrets of dark matter and other dimensions. Some theorists suggest that these experiments could be opening portals to other realms, potentially unleashing forces beyond our understanding. What or who could come out of these realms? The possibility that CERN's activities might be inadvertently tapping into supernatural dimensions has sparked both fascination and fear. Are we witnessing the re-emergence of ancient entities similar to the NEPHILIM through the veil of scientific exploration? Adding another layer of concern is the concept of transhumanism, a movement that seeks to enhance human capabilities through advanced technology. Transhumanism aims to transcend the limitations of the human body and mind, potentially merging human beings with machines and artificial intelligence. This quest for human enhancement and immortality intersects with the advancements at CERN, as both fields push the boundaries of our understanding and capabilities. Another area where the supernatural seems to be making a comeback is in the realm of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. Once dismissed as the domain of conspiracy theorists, UFOs are now openly discussed by the US government. Recent declassified reports and testimonies from military personnel reveal encounters with objects displaying capabilities far beyond known human technology. This official recognition of UFOs has led to widespread speculation about their origins. Are they extraterrestrial visitors? Or could they be manifestations of a supernatural nature? The increasing frequency and intensity of these sightings suggest that we are living in a time of heightened supernatural activity, much like the days of Noah. Just as in Noah's time, our world today is plagued by moral decay and sin, exacerbated by technological advancements that make it easier than ever to indulge in wickedness. The convenience and accessibility of sin have reached unprecedented levels, painting a grim picture of our current moral landscape. In the modern age, sin can be ordered to your doorstep with minimal effort. Dating apps and websites like Ashley Madison cater to those seeking extramarital affairs, making infidelity more accessible than ever. The prevalence of pornography, facilitated by the internet, has created an environment where sexual immorality is just a click away. The ease with which people can now engage in sinful behavior mirrors the biblical description of a world where every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. This convenience of sin is a stark reminder of the moral decline that characterized the days of Noah. The institution of marriage is under assault, with declining marriage rates and increasing divorce rates. Data from the US Census Bureau indicates that approximately 50% to 60% of first marriages reach their 20th anniversary. The rise of dating apps and websites like Ashley Madison contributes to this erosion, offering platforms for casual encounters and infidelity. This degradation of marriage reflects a broader societal shift towards self-gratification and away from traditional values. As the sanctity of marriage diminishes, the moral fabric of society continues to unravel, much like in the days of Noah. The greed of modern corporations, particularly in the pharmaceutical industry, is another manifestation of contemporary wickedness. Companies charge exorbitant prices for life-saving medications, often many times the cost of production. While profit is a legitimate motive, the exploitation of vulnerable individuals for financial gain is a clear indication of moral decay. This rampant greed is not limited to the pharmaceutical industry. Across various sectors, the pursuit of profit at the expense of ethical considerations has become the norm. This pervasive greed echoes the moral corruption that necessitated divine intervention in Noah's time. Laziness, condemned in the Bible as wickedness, is rampant in today's society. Millions of people choose not to work, relying instead on welfare systems and other forms of assistance. This widespread aversion to hard work is a stark departure from biblical principles that emphasize diligence and productivity. The normalization of laziness contributes to societal decline, fostering a culture of entitlement and complacency. This shift towards idleness and away from industriousness is another sign that we are living in times reminiscent of the days of Noah. The book of Revelation foretells an increase in supernatural events as the end times approach. The resurgence of supernatural phenomena in our day suggests that we may be witnessing the fulfillment of these prophecies. As we observe the rise in demonic activity, UFO sightings, and other inexplicable occurrences, it becomes clear that the supernatural is becoming increasingly prominent in our world. Reports of demonic activity, possession, and exorcisms are on the rise, further indicating a surge in supernatural occurrences. These manifestations of evil are reminiscent of the malevolent influence of the NEPHILIM and other supernatural entities in the days of Noah. The increase in demonic activity is a chilling reminder of the spiritual battle that underlies our physical reality. As the forces of darkness gain ground, the need for vigilance and spiritual discernment becomes ever more critical. As we navigate these tumultuous times, it is crucial to recognize the parallels between our era and the days of Noah. The surge in supernatural activity, the pervasive moral decay, and the unprecedented convenience of sin all point to a world teetering on the brink of divine judgment. The story of Noah's Ark serves as both a warning and a beacon of hope. Just as Noah was called to prepare for the flood, we are called to remain vigilant and steadfast in our faith, ready to withstand the trials that lie ahead. By acknowledging the signs of the times and aligning ourselves with divine principles, we can navigate these challenging days with wisdom and grace, confident in the promise of redemption and renewal.